I'm with the CEO of Wall Street Capital, Doug Anderson. Doug, welcome back. And I understand you have some news to break.
Yeah, it's very exciting. You know, Wall Street Capital Partners has been around almost 30 years now. And I can't think of a better place and a better person to announce this news to. It's very exciting, a first in our history. But we have opened a new subsidiary, Wall Street Capital Partners Asset Strategies. And this new subsidiary is majority owned by Metaterra Holdings, which is associated with another company, which we know is Miracle Pay and Miracle Chain. Now, what does Miracle Pay, what are they known for? As I've explained before on this program, they are experts and leaders at payment systems for crypto. So using your wallet, paying with your phone, transactionally from POS machines and over the internet. So they're the leaders in that. There's another thing they do. They do tokenization. So they're experts at that. And as you know, we're now focused on tokenizing one of the largest real-world assets in the world, which is an airport in Bucharest. We're working hard at that. But there's another one that may even eclipse that, which is we're going to announce right now. It's very exciting. It's called TANI token, after the founder of a very strong, probably one of the fastest growing companies in Africa that's very successful, an oil and gas company called OANDO. And its founder and chairman and group leader is Wale Tinubu. So Tinubu token. And what this token represents is an African fund. We're tokenizing an African fund that is going to be backed by very substantial real-world assets out of Africa. And the first that is going to be inside that fund is we're going to start with $200 million worth of oil reserves from OANDO. Mr. Tinubu has decided to move forward on putting those assets into this fund, and it'll be followed by about $1 billion in oil reserves. Now, this will be the first token of its kind by oil reserves, so it's going to make a first there. But then it's also open to other assets, real-world assets. And why? Well, it makes sense. Africa is loaded with natural resources that can be brought to bear in that substantial growth market. And Africa is one of the fastest growing markets in the world. It's a $3 trillion asset economy there. And we want to be a part of it. And this new growth platform is, I think, going to lead that future. And it's going to be a tremendous, I think, tremendous growth success for investors as well.
Well, and I've always heard that there's a very young population. They have adapted to digital assets very quickly, maybe because their currencies aren't as stable. And so do you think that this will be beneficial to African markets? Like, how do you see it kind of trickling through to the economy?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you hit the nail on the head there as part of the growth story, which is the demographics. You know, this is the world's future workforce is there in Africa. The resources are there in Africa. And now we're bringing capital and financing to this through this kind of future finance, tokenization, and this stable coin is going to lead the way. I think it's going to be one of the strongest coins in the blockchain. As you know, Miracle has its own blockchain and its own payment settlement systems. And this also is going to be a huge resource for Africa. Why? Because a lot of Africans have left the continent to work elsewhere, and they're sending money back home to their families. And this is an inefficient way for them to do it. This is an expensive way for them to do it. And now, with this kind of token, they can do it very efficiently, economically much more beneficial to them. It's cheaper for them to send this way. And this kind of token can also be a stabilizing influence on some of the, some of the fiat challenges that some of the African economies have.
Yeah. So how will this happen? And will it be across the whole continent, or will there just be certain countries involved? Or explain the logistics of it.
There's kind of a saying, Wale Tinubu is from Nigeria, and as Nigeria goes, so goes the continent of Africa.
Okay.
And so this is a really good place to start. It's an amazing executive to start with. I think he's probably the most successful and dynamic CEO of Africa. His uncle happens to be the president of Nigeria. So we're starting with an amazing family. And yes, it is a token that will, and a platform, an investment platform that will benefit the entire continent. And there's nothing to say that we can't accept assets from other countries on that continent. We want to help that continent grow. We want to benefit from that growth as investors, and we want to share that, and we want the participants to benefit from it as well.
So how, what's your pitch to investors? This is real credibility. Like, how do you convince them that this is a good place to invest?
Well, in a way, it's kind of like talking about crypto itself in the beginning, trying to explain, hey, this is early, but this is the future, and this is what's going to happen, and it did. And those that got in early benefited enormously. I'll tell you, sometimes I participate in conferences and things like this, and humble people come up to me that are very wealthy, and I say, what kind of business are you in? Oh, I own a couple of tow trucks. Tow truck got you this kind of wealth? No, I was an early investor in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I was really disciplined about it. I kept buying it and kept it and held it, and boom, here I am.
It's amazing.
Like, wow. Well, this is the same thing. I mean, you cannot argue with facts, and the facts are Africa is the growth market story. 3 trillion in assets. You cannot ignore that. And it doesn't have a coin like this, a stable coin like this. The world actually doesn't, so this is a first for that as well. And to start with a man like Wale Tinubu, I think is a very positive sign. I mean, he's taken his company, OANDO, from nothing to now one of the dominant companies in that continent, very successful and profitable and growing. And he's going to use the proceeds of his earnings on this to grow OANDO. So it'll have a multiplying effect.
So what's next then for the coin?
So we're moving quickly with a pilot of, as I said,
200 million.
It was a bold move and brave for Wale to step out like that, but this is what we're doing, and we're moving very quickly in getting this going.
Okay, well, keep us posted on it, which I'm sure you will, Doug.
Definitely. We'll
Thank
be
you
back
so
to
much.
talk about it.
Yeah,
Thank you. Great to see you.
Bye.